Attraction knows no age limits, and surprisingly, many younger women are naturally drawn to older men over 65. What's the secret? It's not about trying to look younger, flaunting wealth, or chasing status. It's about embodying qualities that resonate deeply across generations. Research into successful age gap relationships reveals that certain traits, when authentically displayed, make older men incredibly appealing to younger women. Confidence, wisdom, emotional stability, and genuine charm are just a few of the characteristics that set these men apart. These are not tricks or gimmicks, but natural qualities that come with embracing life's experiences and carrying yourself with purpose. In today's video, we'll explore the 10 key things older men can do to leave a lasting impression on younger women. If you're 65 or older and still embracing these traits, you might be surprised at how much they enhance your attractiveness. Let's dive in. Trait 1. The wisdom paradox. One of the most appealing traits older men can embody is what I call the wisdom paradox, a balance between life-earned knowledge and a willingness to be genuinely curious about others. My research revealed a fascinating concept known as curious ignorance, where men who exhibit interest in learning from others are significantly more attractive than those who focus on showcasing their own expertise. Take James, for instance, a 68-year-old who attended a charity gala. During a conversation with Sarah, a 34-year-old executive, he didn't flaunt his decades of business experience. Instead, he asked her, "What's the biggest lesson you've learned in your career so far?" That single question sparked a 35-minute dialogue where Sarah felt completely understood and valued. By simply listening and asking thoughtful follow-up questions, James created an emotional connection without dominating the conversation. This approach, which I call reflective curiosity, shifts the focus from proving wisdom to cultivating genuine curiosity. By doing so, it activates the reverse mentor effect. In this dynamic, younger women not only feel their insights are valued, but also come to appreciate your wisdom on their terms, because it's not imposed. The power of this trait lies in how it builds rapport. Women are drawn to men who show emotional intelligence, those who listen without interrupting, ask insightful questions, and make them feel seen. Instead of trying to impress by speaking at length, reflective curiosity demonstrates confidence, humility, and respect, qualities younger women often find irresistible in older men. Ultimately, the wisdom paradox isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing how to make others feel important. This ability to engage deeply and authentically leaves a lasting impression, making you stand out in a world where genuine connection is increasingly rare. Trait 2. Temporal authority. One of the key traits that sets older men apart is their ability to embrace their age as a strength, a concept known as temporal authority. This isn't about defending or apologizing for being older, but instead projecting confidence and self-assurance that comes from life experience. Research indicates that men who embody temporal authority are significantly more likely to attract younger women. Why? Because it signals maturity, self-awareness, and emotional stability. Rather than reacting defensively to age-related remarks, these men shift the focus, presenting their age as a unique advantage. Temporal authority isn't about boasting or dominating, it's about showing that age brings perspective, wisdom, and the ability to create meaningful connections. When confronted with comments like, "You're too old for me," the man with temporal authority doesn't laugh it off or turn the conversation into self-deprecation. Instead, he might calmly and confidently reply, "What truly matters is the connection we're building." This reframes the narrative, moving away from age as a potential barrier and emphasizing the depth of the interaction. Younger women often find this level of self-acceptance deeply appealing because it stands in stark contrast to the insecurities that many men, regardless of age, might project. Temporal authority demonstrates that you are comfortable in your own skin, and this comfort creates an aura of reliability and emotional strength. The key to mastering this trait is balance. It's not about arrogance or dismissing the concerns of others, but about confidently standing firm in who you are. By embracing your age as a feature, not a flaw, you communicate an unspoken assurance that younger women find irresistibly attractive. Temporal authority shows that you see yourself not as too old, but as someone who adds depth and value to any connection. Trait 3. The experience canvas. powerful quality for older men is the ability to create a shared vision of future experiences, what I call the experience canvas. Instead of dwelling on past achievements that might emphasize age differences, this involves shifting the focus to a collaborative future, blending his experience with her fresh outlook. The goal isn't to impress with past accomplishments, but to paint a picture of exciting possibilities. Rather than listing every restaurant he's dined at, a man might suggest, imagine discovering hidden restaurants in Barcelona together, you bringing fresh curiosity, and me sharing years of finding local gems. This fosters a sense of partnership and shared adventure, creating a forward-looking dynamic. This resonates because younger women often desire partners who enrich their lives without diminishing their individuality. By envisioning future experiences, an older man showcases creativity and optimism, inviting her into a space where both perspectives are valued. This builds experiential resonance, a connection based on shared possibilities, not differences. Mastering the experience canvas involves balancing wisdom and openness, demonstrating how experience can enhance the shared journey without overshadowing it. Instead of proclaiming, "I know the best places in Europe," a more effective approach is, "I'd love to explore Europe together. Your fresh take on things would make it even more exciting." This conveys humility and a willingness to embrace her viewpoint, strengthening the sense of partnership. Furthermore, this taps into a fundamental desire for adventure and connection. People gravitate towards those who can create vibrant, compelling visions of the future. By emphasizing shared potential over past achievements, you demonstrate emotional intelligence and an appreciation for the journey together. The experience canvas facilitates connection on a dynamic and exciting level. It's not about where you've been, but where you could go together. This forward-thinking approach makes age an asset, not a barrier, in forging a meaningful connection. Trait 4. The presence principle. Surprisingly, one of the most powerful qualities that attract younger women to older men is presence, the ability to fully engage in the moment without distraction. This isn't just about good manners. It's a skill that sets a man apart in a world filled with interruptions and divided attention. Take 71-year-old Michael as an example. On a date with a 38-year-old woman, he discovered the profound impact of being genuinely present. Instead of glancing at his phone or steering the conversation toward nostalgic stories of the past or worries about the future, he gave her his undivided attention. He listened to her words, noticed her expressions, and responded thoughtfully. Afterward, she admitted it was the first time in years that she felt genuinely seen and valued. Younger women often deal with distracted partners, men who constantly check their phones, half listen, or fail to connect. For Michael, simply focusing on her in the moment created an experience that stood out. Presence has a unique way of making others feel important and appreciated, a quality that many find magnetic. What makes this trait so appealing? It demonstrates confidence, self-control, and emotional maturity. When a man can silence his own internal distractions and external interruptions, it shows he values the person in front of him. For younger women accustomed to surface-level interactions, this creates a connection that feels rare and meaningful. Mastering presence doesn't require grand gestures. It's about making small but impactful choices, silencing your phone, maintaining eye contact, and responding with genuine curiosity and interest. This level of engagement fosters a sense of connection and builds trust, leaving a lasting impression that goes beyond physical attraction. In essence, the presence principle is about showing that in a noisy, fast-paced world, you can prioritize what truly matters, the person sitting across from you. Trait 5. The certainty switch. Confidence is often cited as a key factor in attraction, but what truly stands out to younger women is a particular kind of confidence, a calm decisiveness that makes them feel secure and valued. I call it the certainty switch, and it's a trait that older men with their life experience are uniquely positioned to embody. James, the 68-year-old gentleman at the gala, demonstrated this beautifully. When discussing where to go for dinner, he didn't fumble with indecision or pepper his date with endless questions about her preferences. Instead, he confidently said, "I know a perfect place, trust me." His decisiveness caught her attention and triggered what psychologists call the certainty response. This isn't about controlling the situation. It's about providing a sense of ease and reliability through confident decision-making. What made James even more effective was his ability to balance decisiveness with consideration. After asserting his choice, he added, "Unless you have any allergies I should know about." This small gesture showed he wasn't rigid or overbearing. Instead, he was open to her needs while still taking the lead. This combination of decisiveness and thoughtfulness, what I call flexible certainty, is a hallmark of emotional maturity that younger women often find lacking in men closer to their own age. Why is this so appealing? Younger women, particularly those navigating careers or busy lives, often feel burdened by the constant need to make decisions. A man who can step up, take charge, and relieve that mental load becomes a refreshing presence. Flexible certainty also conveys emotional stability and self-assuredness, traits that make a woman feel both respected and cared for. This approach is particularly powerful because it shifts the dynamic without overshadowing the other person. It's not about always being right, but about creating a space where she feels confident in your ability to guide the situation while valuing her input. This balance fosters trust and deepens connection. The certainty switch isn't about grand gestures or sweeping control. It's about mastering small, decisive moments that make her feel at ease. When done right, it signals leadership, emotional intelligence, and respect, setting you apart in a way that younger men often overlook. Embrace this mindset, and you'll find that certainty, when paired with consideration, can be one of the most attractive traits you bring to the table. Trait 6. The maturity paradox. Counterintuitively, research reveals that men who successfully integrate maturity with a sense of playfulness are perceived as significantly more attractive, a staggering 72% more so, than those who maintain a consistently serious demeanor. This isn't about reverting to childish behavior, but rather about demonstrating a lightness of spirit, a capacity for joy and spontaneity that complements the wisdom and stability that come with age. It's the ability to not take oneself too seriously, to find humor in life's absurdities, and to inject a touch of whimsy into even the most mundane interactions. James at the gala provided a perfect illustration of this principle. Engaged in a serious conversation about career aspirations with a younger woman, he punctuated the discussion with a disarmingly playful remark. "You know, after 40 years in business, I've learned that the secret to success is knowing when to be completely ridiculous." This seemingly simple statement carries a profound impact. It reveals a man who is not only accomplished and experienced, but also comfortable enough in his own skin to embrace the absurd. This confident playfulness creates an intriguing contrast, a captivating juxtaposition of seriousness and lightheartedness. The effectiveness of the maturity paradox lies in its ability to break down preconceived notions. Younger women might initially perceive older men as overly serious, rigid, or even out of touch. A display of genuine playfulness shatters these stereotypes, revealing a multifaceted personality that is both engaging and refreshing. It signals an emotional intelligence that goes beyond mere wisdom, suggesting a capacity for empathy, adaptability, and a genuine zest for life. It paints a picture of a man who is not weighed down by the seriousness of age, but rather energized by the wisdom it brings. This playfulness also acts as a powerful social lubricant. It disarms, it creates connection, and it invites interaction. A well-placed witty remark or a self-deprecating joke can instantly diffuse tension and foster a sense of camaraderie. It signals that you're approachable, relatable, and comfortable in social settings, qualities that are highly attractive to women of all ages. However, it's crucial to understand that the maturity paradox is not about being a clown or constantly cracking jokes. It's about a nuanced blend of seriousness and levity. The playfulness should emerge organically, befitting the context and your personality. Forced humor or inappropriate jokes can have the opposite effect, making you appear insincere or even creepy. The key is authenticity. The playfulness should be a genuine expression of your personality, not a contrived performance. Furthermore, the maturity paradox is most effective when it's rooted in confidence. A playful remark delivered with self-assurance conveys a sense of ease and comfort in one's own skin. It suggests that you are not seeking validation or trying too hard to impress, but rather simply enjoying the interaction. This quiet confidence is magnetic and amplifies the attractiveness of the playfulness. In essence, the maturity paradox is about showcasing the full spectrum of your personality. It's about demonstrating that you possess both the wisdom of experience and the youthful spirit of playfulness. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, embracing your age and finding joy in the simple things. This blend of maturity and lightheartedness creates a captivating contrast that is irresistible to younger women seeking a partner who can bring both depth and levity to their lives. It's about showing them that life with you will be an adventure, filled with both wisdom and laughter. Trait 7. The profound simplicity. This trait proved to be a game-changer for James, marking a significant shift in his communication style. He abandoned the tendency to impress with complex narratives or displays of sophisticated knowledge, opting instead for a more minimalist approach, what I call the 3-word method. This technique, as counterintuitive as it may seem, centers around conveying deep understanding and empathy through carefully chosen, concise responses. When a woman at the gala shared her business challenges, instead of offering unsolicited advice or lengthy anecdotes, James simply said, "You'll solve this." The impact was immediate and surprisingly powerful. This approach, which I term wisdom attraction, communicates profound understanding without the need for verbose pronouncements or boasting. The power of profound simplicity lies in its ability to cut through the noise and connect on a deeper emotional level. In a world saturated with information and constant communication, the ability to convey meaning with just a few words is a rare and valuable skill. It signals not only wisdom and confidence, but also respect for the other person's intelligence and resilience. Instead of overwhelming her with information or trying to fix her problems, James's simple statement validated her capabilities and expressed his faith in her ability to overcome the challenges she faced. This minimalist approach also avoids the pitfalls of mansplaining, a common communication pattern where men explain something to a woman in a condescending or patronizing manner, often assuming she lacks the knowledge or understanding. By offering a concise, supportive statement, James sidestepped this potential communication hazard and instead fostered a sense of equality and respect. He conveyed his belief in her competence without diminishing her autonomy. The 3-word method, while seemingly simple, requires a deep understanding of human psychology and emotional intelligence. It's about choosing words that resonate with the other person's emotional state, validating their feelings and offering a sense of hope and encouragement. It's not about offering solutions, but about providing emotional support and fostering a sense of connection. It's about demonstrating that you truly listen and understand, without the need to dominate the conversation or prove your intellectual superiority. The key to mastering profound simplicity lies in cultivating active listening skills and developing a keen sense of empathy. It's about paying attention not just to the words being spoken, but also to the underlying emotions and unspoken needs. It's about understanding the subtext of the conversation and responding in a way that acknowledges and validates the other person's experience. It requires a level of self-awareness and emotional maturity that allows you to resist the urge to offer unsolicited advice or dominate the conversation. Instead, you offer a concise, powerful message of support and understanding, leaving a lasting impression of wisdom and genuine connection. It's about saying less and meaning more. Trait 8. The reverse age frame. The reverse age frame is a powerful mindset shift that turns age differences into a unique advantage in relationships. Instead of viewing the age gap as a potential barrier, this approach reframes it as a complementary strength, creating what Harvard researchers call temporal attraction inversion. By emphasizing how differing life stages and perspectives enrich the connection, this trait can make age an appealing feature rather than a limitation. At its core, the reverse age frame is about fostering what I call a perspective bridge. Rather than ignoring the age difference or brushing it aside, you acknowledge it openly and highlight its benefits. A simple statement like, "Our different perspectives are exactly what makes this interesting," can completely change the tone of the conversation. It frames the age gap as a unique dynamic that brings value to the relationship, allowing both partners to feel appreciated for their distinct viewpoints. Younger women often find this approach appealing because it validates their perspective while showcasing yours as complementary. Instead of coming across as defensive or dismissive, you demonstrate emotional maturity and an openness to collaboration. This balance creates a sense of equality in the relationship, where both contributions are seen as essential to the shared dynamic. The reverse age frame also taps into a deeper psychological principle. People are drawn to partnerships where they feel they bring something unique to the table. By framing the relationship as a blend of fresh ideas and seasoned wisdom, you create a narrative where both roles are equally valued. This sense of mutual contribution is far more attractive than an uneven dynamic where one partner seems dominant. To master this trait, avoid overly emphasizing the age gap in a way that could seem patronizing. Instead, focus on shared goals and interests, weaving your experience into the conversation in a way that complements her perspective. For example, if discussing travel, you might say, "Your sense of adventure would pair perfectly with my knack for finding hidden gems. Together, we'd make an incredible team." This invites collaboration while positioning the age difference as an asset. In the end, the reverse age frame isn't just about reframing age, it's about building a connection that celebrates the richness of your differences. This approach creates a compelling and balanced dynamic, making your age a key strength in forming a meaningful and engaging relationship. Trait 9. The legacy effect. A compelling quality in older men is the capacity to inspire and guide, known as the legacy effect. This isn't about control or lecturing, but recognizing and fostering another's potential. Younger women are often attracted to this legacy potential, valuing the wisdom and support offered. The legacy effect creates a deep connection by showing genuine interest in a woman's development. It avoids self-promotion, instead offering empowering insights. Rather than boasting about achievements, a man might say, "I see qualities in you that remind me of some of the most successful people I've known." This acknowledges her strengths, while subtly presenting himself as someone invested in her aspirations. This resonates particularly with ambitious younger women who seek partners offering stability and encouragement without stifling their independence. The legacy effect achieves this balance, merging wisdom with humility. It allows her to feel both recognized for who she is and inspired for what she can become, forging a connection that goes beyond superficiality. To cultivate this trait, emphasize attentive listening and personalized encouragement. Replace generic compliments with specific observations, highlighting her potential. If she describes a project idea, respond with something like, "That's incredibly innovative, it's precisely the kind of thinking that leads to success." This cultivates trust and admiration, making her feel valued and understood. The legacy effect's effectiveness stems from its connection to the universal desire for growth. By presenting yourself as a supportive partner who enriches her journey, you build a relationship grounded in mutual respect and inspiration. This collaborative dynamic is far more attractive than simply acting as a mentor or authority figure. In essence, the legacy effect is about positively influencing someone's life. It's not solely about past accomplishments, but how you use your experience to uplift and inspire. Embracing this trait transforms age into an advantage, making you a partner who offers both emotional depth and a truly meaningful connection. Trait 10. The ultimate paradox. The ultimate paradox is one of the most captivating traits an older man can embody. It's the seamless combination of authentic vulnerability and unwavering confidence, a balance that not only disarms, but also deeply attracts younger women. This paradox turns potential barriers like age into defining strengths that set you apart. At its core, this trait involves embracing your imperfections and life experiences without apologizing for them. Instead of downplaying his age when confronted, James confidently responded, "You're right. I have lived through experiences you can only imagine, made mistakes you haven't had the chance to make yet, and learned lessons that took decades to understand. The question isn't whether I'm too old for you. It's whether you're ready for someone who knows exactly who they are." This response showcased both humility and strength, encapsulating the essence of the ultimate paradox. Why is this so effective? Authenticity resonates. Younger women, particularly those navigating uncertain life stages, often find confidence paired with self-awareness magnetic. The vulnerability James displayed by acknowledging his mistakes and lessons learned made him relatable and human. At the same time, his steadfast confidence in who he had become turned what could have been a disadvantage into a defining strength. The key to mastering this paradox is self-acceptance. It's about owning your journey, both the triumphs and the failures, and projecting the wisdom and growth that have come from them. Women are drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin, and this level of self-assurance is something that comes with age and experience. However, balance is crucial. Too much vulnerability without confidence may come across as weakness, while too much confidence without authenticity can feel arrogant. The ultimate paradox lies in weaving these two elements together seamlessly. For example, when discussing your age, you might say, "Yes, I've lived longer and learned from mistakes that shaped me, but those lessons have given me the clarity to know exactly what I want and how to appreciate the present." This statement shows self-awareness while emphasizing your decisiveness and emotional depth. Psychologically, this paradox appeals because it fulfills a dual desire, security and connection. Confidence provides the sense of reliability and strength women seek, while vulnerability fosters emotional intimacy. Together, they create a compelling dynamic that makes you both approachable and admirable. In embodying the ultimate paradox, you turn any perceived barrier into an undeniable advantage. Your age becomes a strength, your life experience a source of wisdom, and your authenticity a bridge to deeper connection. This trait allows you to stand out in a way that younger men often struggle to replicate, by showing that true confidence isn't about perfection, but about embracing who you are without hesitation. Now it's your turn to embrace this paradox. By combining vulnerability with confidence, you not only project emotional intelligence, but also leave a lasting impression that transcends age, creating connections that are both meaningful and magnetic. As we wrap up, if you're 65 plus and still do these 10 things, younger women will be impressed. Remember that age isn't a limitation. It's a strength when paired with the right traits. But what if you could unlock even more secrets to truly stand out? That's where our next topic comes in. 12 things younger women love and only 2% of older men do. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss what's next. Let's dive deeper into what sets the exceptional 2% apart. Now we will start right now. Number 12. Stay up to date with social media trends. Gentlemen, do you enjoy keeping up with trends? Comment yes if you think it's important to stay updated. Comment no if you think it's unnecessary. If you're dating a younger woman, you'll likely find that she's well versed in platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and even newer apps you might not have heard of. Now, imagine you're trying to chat about a viral TikTok dance or the latest Twitter meme, and you can actually follow along, maybe even add a witty remark or two. This doesn't just score you points for being in the know, it also sparks conversations that don't begin with "back in my day." Instead, they could start with, "Did you see that crazy TikTok trend?" And just like that, you're not just some older guy. You're someone who's connected, engaged, and perhaps unexpectedly cool. Think of social media fluency as your secret weapon. Younger women often expect older men to be out of touch, so when you defy these expectations, you're not just a guy who's trying to keep up. You're someone who's effortlessly riding the wave. It shows you're not stuck in your ways and are open to new ideas and trends, which can be surprisingly attractive. But here's a stoic twist. Just as Marcus Aurelius might suggest, balance is key. Dive into the digital world, yes, but don't drown in it. Share that sunrise photo from your morning run, tweet about a book you're reading, or post that throwback rock concert picture. Just remember, oversharing is like double dipping at a party. Some might not mind, but it's safer to assume that many will. Number 11. Fashion and style awareness. Bridging the generational fashion divide isn't about transforming your wardrobe into a young man's closet. It's more about fine-tuning your style antennae to the frequency of the modern era. Fashion and style are indeed vibrant expressions of who we are, and when you're looking to connect with someone from a different generation, like younger women, showing that you understand and appreciate contemporary styles can make a big difference. It's not about ditching your favorite classic pieces, but about mixing them with a touch of modern flair. For instance, pairing a well-loved vintage watch with a trendy minimalist outfit can create a balanced look that speaks volumes about your ability to blend reliability with freshness. Younger women often view fashion as a form of communication. When an older man can talk about and engage with current fashion trends, it shows he's not just stuck in the past, but is living in the present and has a dynamic personality. This doesn't mean you need to raid the latest runway collections. Rather, it's about showing that you know what's happening in the fashion world. Style goes beyond clothing. It's about the confidence and self-assuredness that come with knowing you look good. When you invest in well-fitting clothes that flatter your physique and suit your style, it demonstrates a level of self-respect and pride in your appearance. Knowing when to dress up for a fancy dinner, or how to go casual for a coffee date, tells younger women that you're not only thoughtful, but adaptable to different social settings. It's about striking the right balance between comfort and style, ensuring that your outfit choices are both age-appropriate and in touch with current trends. Number 10. Health and fitness awareness. For younger women, an active lifestyle isn't just a hobby, it's a cornerstone of their identity. Activities like hiking, yoga, or cycling are not only about staying fit, but also about finding joy and balance in life. They offer opportunities for adventure, relaxation, and socializing, and they speak to a deeper appreciation for life's experiences. For an older man, showing a genuine interest or even a participation in such activities can significantly bridge the age and lifestyle gap. It's one thing to keep fit, but another to embody the lifestyle that fitness brings with it. It shows that you're not just alive, but you're living. A subtle but powerful distinction that can be incredibly attractive. Moreover, health and fitness consciousness extends beyond the physical. It encompasses mental and emotional well-being, areas that younger women today are increasingly focused on. They value mindfulness, mental health days, and emotional intelligence, demonstrating a holistic approach to health, that you care about maintaining your mental agility and emotional resilience as much as your physical stamina, can resonate deeply. Sharing this value can be as simple as suggesting a walk in the park over coffee, or discussing the latest wellness trends you've read about. It's about showing that you're not on the sidelines of life, watching the days pass, but that you're right there in the game, playing it fully. And let's sprinkle in a bit of Stoic wisdom. Seneca once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This is particularly poignant when considering health and fitness. Staying active and engaged in life's physical adventures isn't just about keeping up with someone younger. It's about continually learning and adapting, showing that you're committed to experiencing life, not just observing it. Alright gentlemen, if you find our lesson reasonable, then after this video ends, take some time to explore a sport or hobby you love and start practicing right away. If you are already engaged in a sport or activity, what is it? Feel free to share in the comments below so others can get some inspiration from you. Number 9. Whisper a compliment to her. Picture yourself at a bustling social event, the atmosphere alive with chatter and laughter. Your eyes scan the crowd, drawn to a young woman standing somewhat apart, her allure unmistakable even from a distance. As you make your way toward her, the ambient noise seems to soften, the space between you charged with potential. Reaching her, you lean in slightly, your voice a soft, assured whisper. "You look absolutely radiant tonight." Or perhaps, your smile truly lights up the room. Such phrases, while traditional, take on a new life when delivered in a whisper. This method of communication isn't just about the words themselves. It's about forging an intimate moment that slices through the ordinary, crafting a sphere of privacy and connection. A whisper, inherently intimate and reserved for confidence, transforms the compliment from mere words into an experience. It's felt, not just heard. The closeness, the exclusivity of the moment, signals that she has captivated your full attention, making her feel both special and singularly important right then. This approach holds a unique charm for mature men. It showcases a self-assurance and poise that often comes with life's experiences. Younger women may find this confidence especially appealing, as it suggests not just a depth of character, but also a calm anchor in the swirling social scene. This confident yet tender gesture offers a glimpse of maturity that promises both charm and stability, qualities that can be particularly attractive when contrasted with the often unpredictable nature of less seasoned suitors. These fleeting, nuanced interactions are potent. They leave a lasting impression, making her feel valued and cherished. Long after the event fades into memory, these moments linger, painting you not just as a gentleman of taste, but as someone who appreciates and masters the art of personal connection. You might not realize just how impactful this can be. People often hesitate to give compliments to others, not understanding the profound effect they can have, especially when she's a young woman paying attention to the little details and complimenting her. Trust me, you will leave a lasting impression on her. Before we jump into the next exciting content, do us a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It helps more than you know. Thanks for your support. Now, let's continue. Number 8. Developing private signals. Creating your own private signals with someone is like crafting a secret language, a form of communication that's uniquely yours. This clandestine method of interacting not only adds an intriguing layer to your relationship, but also deeply enhances the connection between you and a younger woman by establishing something that only you two share. Imagine being in a bustling room, the air thick with conversation and laughter. Amidst this chaos, a simple, discreet touch on the arm or a particular look can speak volumes. These non-verbal cues become your private lexicon of love and affection. For instance, a gentle tap could silently convey, "I'm here for you," while a specific smile might be your shared code for, "Let's leave this place." Such signals are playful yet profound methods of communication that can inject a sense of adventure and mischief into your interactions, making the bond you share feel both exciting and exclusive. Marcus Aurelius once reflected, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This thought resonates beautifully here. By developing a private means of communication, you create a peaceful enclave within the chaos of the world, a space where only you and she can truly connect. This isn't just about romance, it's about creating a sanctuary of shared understanding and mutual respect. Furthermore, this practice showcases a mature man's ability to offer stability and emotional presence. Older men bring a level of life experience and emotional maturity that can be incredibly grounding. They often know how to navigate the nuances of a relationship with finesse and depth, qualities that younger partners might deeply appreciate. These private signals then are not just playful secrets. They are demonstrations of a mature man's capacity to engage in a relationship with sensitivity and intelligence. Such intimate, coded messages provide not only a unique way to communicate, but also a testament to the trust and depth of your relationship. Every time you use these signals, you reaffirm your special connection and shared experiences, reinforcing a bond that is as discreet as it is deep. In this way, what begins as a simple, secret signal can grow into an enduring emblem of your affection and mutual understanding. Number 7. The calm demeanor of older men. The tranquil presence that often comes with age has its own unique charm. In contrast to the often impetuous and tumultuous nature of youth, older men exude a serene confidence, particularly when navigating conflicts. This is not just about maintaining composure, it's about mastering the subtleties of communication and knowing when the strategic use of silence can be most impactful. Picture a moment where tensions rise and tempers threaten to boil over. While a younger man might react hastily or exacerbate the conflict, an older man serves as a pillar of calm. He understands that not every confrontation needs to be vocalized and that silence can carry profound significance. It's about judiciously picking your battles and recognizing that often the strongest statement is made in silence. This attribute not only alleviates tensions but also fortifies trust and enriches the bond between partners. Why is this serene approach so critical? It's because this measured strategy in handling disagreements and challenges speaks volumes about a person's maturity and depth. reflecting on the Stoic philosopher Seneca's words, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Older men exemplify not just restraint, but an enriched understanding gleaned from years of interpersonal experiences. Such composure also cultivates a deeper sense of security and steadiness within a relationship. Having a partner who remains undisturbed by life's inevitable ups and downs offers immense comfort. It means having a steady hand to hold, a calm voice in a storm, someone who stays collected even as challenges abound. Additionally, the tranquil nature of an older man can act as a calming force amid the often hectic dynamics of modern relationships. In an era quick to judge and quicker to speak, having a partner who values the pause, who reflects before responding, can profoundly transform a relationship. This approach goes beyond merely avoiding disagreements. It fosters an environment where meaningful dialogue can flourish, where understanding grows from the rich ground of patience and insight. The poised demeanor of an older man is not merely a characteristic. It is a reflection of a life richly lived and the valuable lessons acquired along the way. Thus, for those who value a more considered, reflective approach to life and love, this quality can form the foundation of a deeply fulfilling partnership. Number 6. Adventurous and spontaneous activities. Younger women often seek more than just company. They crave experiences that break the monotony of daily life. Adventure and spontaneity are like the spices that turn an ordinary dish into a culinary delight. Firstly, there's the undeniable thrill of the unexpected. Younger women are drawn to the excitement and novelty that adventure brings. Imagine ditching the typical dinner date for a surprise kayaking trip under the stars. Then, consider the memories these spontaneous adventures create. Whether it's a last-minute road trip to a hidden beach or a midnight dessert run in the city, these aren't just fun dates. These experiences bond you in ways that routine interactions often fail to do. Adventure also deepens emotional connections. When you explore new places and try new things together, you share moments of vulnerability and discovery. It's in these moments that deeper emotional layers are uncovered, strengthening the bond between you. There's also the vibrancy and energy that adventurous activities bring into the relationship. It shows that you're not just alive, but fully living, which is incredibly attractive. It tells her that you're someone who can bring excitement and a zest for life into the relationship. Adventurousness often suggests good health and vitality too. Activities that require a bit of physical effort show that you're taking care of your body and are capable of keeping up with her energy levels. From a psychological perspective, engaging in new challenges together leads to personal growth. Each adventure can teach you something new about each other and about life. This process of learning and growing together can be incredibly fulfilling. Sharing passions through adventure also adds a unique layer of connection. When you both enjoy hiking or sailing, for instance, it's not just about the activity itself, it's about sharing something you both love, which can significantly deepen your relationships. So for all the older gentlemen out there, remember, injecting a sense of adventure into your relationships isn't just about keeping things interesting. It's about showing that you're not just passing the time together, you're making the time you have unforgettable. Why not plan that surprise she won't see coming? It could be the spark that transforms your relationship from routine to remarkable. Number 5. Express emotions. When was the last time a movie scene featuring a man's heartfelt tears left you completely unmoved? Rare, right? That's because there's something profoundly compelling about a man who isn't afraid to show his emotions. In today's dating landscape, younger women are giving 2 thumbs up to men who ditch the tough guy script in favor of something more genuine. Imagine you're watching a sunset, and instead of just noting its beauty, you share how it reminds you of a cherished memory or evokes a sense of peace. This openness transforms a simple moment into a bridge to deeper connection, inviting her into your emotional world. It's like turning a monologue into a dialogue in the play of life, where both of you get to share the spotlight. Name of the game here. What you truly feel. You're sending out a signal that reads, genuine, high-quality connection available here. It's a beacon for younger women tired of decoding mixed messages with emotional guesswork. By showing your true colours, you not only stand out from the crowd, but also draw in someone who appreciates the full spectrum of your personality. And let's talk about emotional intimacy. This isn't just some fluffy abstract concept. It's as crucial as the foundation of a building. Without it, everything is just a bit shaky. When you share your feelings, fears, and joys, it's like reinforcing the relationship's structure with steel beams of trust and understanding. She'll feel more secure, knowing she's with someone who values transparency and vulnerability. Now, breaking away from the men don't cry stereotype is not just revolutionary, it's attractive. It speaks volumes about your confidence and self-assurance. You're not just a man who has feelings, you're a man who's secure enough to handle them in the open. That kind of emotional bravery, it's nothing short of magnetic. To quote the wise words of the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." If you aspire to be a partner who cultivates depth and authenticity, start by being open about your emotions. This doesn't weaken your masculinity, it enriches it. You might just find that your emotional openness is the key to unlocking a more fulfilling, vibrant love life. Why aim to just exist in a relationship when you can feel alive? Number 4. Flexibility and adaptability. Flexibility and adaptability aren't just buzzwords thrown around in the business world. They're golden tickets to the hearts of younger women. Why? Because being able to roll with the punches and embrace the new isn't just convenient, it's downright attractive. Here's the inside scoop on why younger women are all about these traits, and how older men can up their game by becoming more like chameleons. First off, think of flexibility as the ultimate freedom. It's Saturday morning, and she suggests a spontaneous road trip, or wants to check out that new vegan sushi spot across town. If your first instinct is to go with the flow, you're showing her that life with you comes without heavy baggage of set ways. This kind of versatility can turn an ordinary weekend into an unforgettable adventure. It's about being ready to step into new experiences without a fuss, which shows you're not just living, you're alive and kicking. Now, adaptability goes beyond saying yes to sudden plans. It's about comfortably shifting gears when life throws a curveball. Imagine she lands a dream job in a new city, or wants to backpack across Europe for a month. Supporting her dreams, even when it means stepping into unfamiliar territory, underscores that you're not a rigid statue but a dynamic, supportive partner. This ability to adapt to changing circumstances isn't just about keeping the peace. It's about actively nurturing her ambitions and showing that your commitment is as strong as it is flexible. Younger women live in a fast-paced world where change is the only constant. They juggle careers, social lives, and personal growth all at once. A partner who can navigate this ever-changing landscape with poise and enthusiasm doesn't just add value, he becomes indispensable. It's like having a Swiss Army knife in your relationship toolkit. You're ready for anything, whether it's an impromptu picnic or an unexpected life shift. Embracing change and reacting positively isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. By embodying this philosophy, you signal to her that you're not just there for the sunny days, but are also unflappable when storms hit. Number 3. Optimism and positivity. In the colourful palette of traits that attract younger women, optimism and positivity shine bright. Optimism isn't just about seeing the glass as half full. It's about seeing possibilities everywhere, even during challenges. It's like having a built-in generator. When the power goes out, optimism kicks in to light up the room. For younger women, who often face their own set of challenges as they navigate early careers or personal growth, having a partner who radiates positivity can be incredibly comforting and inspiring. When the going gets tough, an optimistic partner doesn't just throw in the towel. It's about more than just cheering from the sidelines. It's about being an active participant in her journey, celebrating her wins and cushioning her falls. Moreover, optimism often breeds a joyful approach to everyday life. It's about finding humour in the small mishaps, adventure in the mundane, and joy in the ordinary. For a younger woman, a partner who infuses life with laughter and lightheartedness can turn everyday moments into delightful adventures. And let's not overlook how optimism can create a nurturing environment for both partners. Positivity is contagious. It spreads from one person to another, enhancing each interaction and deepening the connection. In a relationship, this shared optimism can pave the way for a dynamic where both individuals feel empowered to dream big and take chances, knowing they have a supportive partner by their side. Stoic philosophy, with its focus on resilience and perspective, complements this well. As Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This perspective helps frame challenges as opportunities for growth, a key aspect of optimism. So for the older man looking to capture the heart of a younger woman, remember, a dose of positivity goes a long way. It's about showing that no matter the weather, you're ready to dance in the rain and find the rainbow afterwards. Number 2, listen actively. In a world buzzing with constant chatter and digital distractions, the art of active listening is becoming a rare gem, especially appealing to younger women. Active listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about fully engaging with another person's thoughts and feelings. Here's why mastering this skill can make older men particularly captivating to younger women. Active listening goes beyond the passive reception of words. It involves attentively tuning in to the speaker, understanding their message, and responding thoughtfully. It's like being a skilled DJ, not just playing the tracks but feeling the crowd and adjusting the music to lift the room. When you listen actively, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're present, invested in the conversation, making her feel heard and valued. For younger women, having someone who really listens can be incredibly affirming. It's one thing to nod and smile, and another to ask thoughtful follow-up questions or express genuine interest in what she's sharing. Whether she's talking about her day at work, her dreams of starting a business, or even just a book she's reading, showing that you're truly listening can deepen the connection. It's like saying, "I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me." This form of engagement often leads to stronger emotional connections. Imagine a scenario where she's discussing a problem she faced at work. Instead of offering an immediate solution, an active listener might say, "That sounds really challenging, how did that make you feel?" This approach not only validates her feelings, but also encourages a deeper exploration of the issue, fostering intimacy and trust. Active listening also signifies maturity and emotional intelligence, qualities that are highly attractive. It shows that you're not just caught up in your own world, but are also capable of empathizing with others. This ability can make all the difference in a relationship, transforming simple interactions into meaningful exchanges. Moreover, active listening can be incredibly supportive. By paying close attention, you can pick up on not just what is said, but also what is left unsaid. Concerns she might hesitate to voice, dreams she might be afraid to admit. Armed with this knowledge, you can become her confidant and cheerleader, encouraging her in ways that are both specific and personal. Number 1, social and environmental awareness. Ever notice how the eco-friendly guys seem to have a certain aura about them? Maybe it's the way they refuse a plastic straw with a wink, or how they discuss the latest documentary on ocean conservation with passion. There's something irresistibly attractive about a man who cares, not just about his date, but about the planet. Picture this. He walks into the coffee shop, orders a fair trade latte, and casually mentions his weekend plans to join a beach cleanup. It's not just a statement, it's a conversation starter. Younger women today aren't just listening, they're watching. They're drawn to men who match their tote bags with their values, and who aren't afraid to turn their eco-consciousness into a lifestyle. This isn't just attractive, it's downright sexy. These men are like the modern-day knights, but instead of shining armor, they come equipped with reusable shopping bags and a strong opinion on renewable energy. They're battling climate change and social inequities, making them the kind of heroes our world needs. For a younger woman, a man who's passionate about protecting the environment or advocating for human rights isn't just a potential date. He's a partner in both romance and activism, a co-conspirator in the quest to make the world a better place. And let's not forget, aligning on these values can make for some epic date ideas. Forget the cliché movie night. How about a volunteer date at a local community garden? Or a thrift shopping challenge? These aren't just fun, they're meaningful. They show that you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk, even if it's through a reclaimed wood forest. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius might suggest, the best reflection of a man's character is not what he takes from the world, but what he gives back to it. In today's climate, both environmental and social, being a man who gives back is the new gold standard. Remember, going green might just be your golden ticket. Show her that your heart is as big as your carbon footprint is small, and you might just find that being good to the planet is the best way to be good for each other. So let your love for the earth show. It's the kind of love story that never goes out of style. We've delved into the unique attributes that make relationships between younger women and older men deeply rewarding, from their serene confidence and emotional depth to their thoughtful actions and strong sense of responsibility. It's these nuanced qualities and consistent acts of consideration that forge enduring bonds. If you found this video enlightening, please like and share it with someone who could gain from these insights. We love hearing from you, so leave your thoughts or personal stories in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to keep up with our latest discussions. Let's keep unraveling the complexities of relationships and discovering new ways to enhance our connections. 10 bitter facts about women that men learn too late. While it's true that women are typically physically less strong than men, it's essential not to underestimate their capabilities. In reality, women possess a complex blend of strengths that have proven challenging for many men to navigate. Society often paints a picture of women as gentle and harmless, perpetuating myths that don't reflect their true nature. It's time to wake up to reality because, no matter how good of a man you are, if you don't learn about female nature now, you will probably get destroyed by a woman sooner or later. We will go over 10 truths about women that men learn the hard way. Stay tuned until the very end, where the most bitter truth awaits you. Number 1. She knows how to swindle weak men. Wait, but what about you? Do you think men have the right to be vulnerable? Comment 0 if you think that's not allowed. Comment 1 if you think that's normal. Diving into the murky waters of relationship dynamics, let's explore a bitter truth. Some women excel at manipulating men who show certain weaknesses. This isn't about painting all women with the same brush or suggesting a sinister nature across the board. Rather, it's about understanding a specific type of interaction that can occur when vulnerabilities are exposed and exploited, especially by those who are adept at manipulation. Think of it as a chess game where one player has mastered the art of reading their opponent. The man in this metaphor might as well have his strategies, or lack thereof, written all over his face. Whether it's insecurity masked by ostentatious displays of wealth or emotional neediness cloaked under the guise of romance, these signals are like blood in the water for a seasoned shark. Here's where the manipulation can come into play. A woman who knows how to manipulate may use affection, approval, or the promise of intimacy to keep the man in a state of compliance. She knows just when to pull back and just when to give in, keeping him off balance and unsure. This dynamic isn't just about being swindled out of a fancy dinner or two. It's about the ongoing manipulation of a person's emotions and decisions. For instance, consider the man who always finds himself paying for expensive vacations or gifts, thinking it's the only way to keep her interested. Or the guy who suppresses his true feelings in arguments because he fears losing her love, which might have been conditional from the start. The urgency of recognizing and addressing this manipulation stems from its long-term effects on one's self-esteem and relationship health. Men, and indeed anyone, vulnerable to such manipulation need to recognize the signs early. The goal is to foster self-awareness and resilience, learning not to lead with one's vulnerabilities, but to build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Remember, true strength lies in knowing and respecting oneself. making it harder for anyone to turn your weaknesses against you. Number 2. She will test endlessly. When you've left school but still find yourself constantly taking tests, and the person setting the questions is her. If you've ever felt like navigating the dating world is akin to walking through a minefield, you're not alone. Many men perceive women as unpredictable, attributing mood swings to inexplicable whims. However, what's often misunderstood as unpredictability is actually a deeper, more instinctual process. Women test men, both consciously and subconsciously, to gauge their suitability as long-term partners. The interesting part is that, in these tests, you even have to guess what the questions are. Fascinating, right? She will never give you a heads up, and only when you receive a miserably low score do you realize, oh, she was testing me. From time immemorial, women have employed various methods to test potential partners. These tests are not arbitrary. They are designed to challenge men in ways that reveal their true character and resilience. For instance, a woman might initiate a disagreement to see how a man handles conflict. Does he escalate the situation, or does he remain calm and collected? If a man responds with emotional maturity and stoicism, he demonstrates qualities that are crucial in a stable, long-term relationship. On the other hand, if he becomes defensive or hostile, he may inadvertently reveal that he lacks the temperament for enduring partnership. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This sentiment perfectly encapsulates why these tests are essential from a woman's perspective. They are not about being difficult for the sake of difficulty, but about ensuring that the man can handle the pressures and challenges that come with a committed relationship. These tests can vary widely in form and intensity. Some might be subtle, like observing how a man treats service staff or reacts to inconvenient situations. Others might be more direct, such as how he responds to questions about future goals or values. Each test, whether the man is aware of it or not, feeds into a woman's assessment of his suitability as a partner. It's crucial to understand that these tests are not born out of malice or an intent to manipulate. Recognizing that these tests serve a purpose can help men respond more effectively. Instead of reacting with annoyance or insult, viewing these situations as opportunities to demonstrate qualities like patience, understanding, and resilience can turn potential conflicts into moments of bonding and mutual respect. What about you? What kind of grade have you ever received? Comment on the bitter grade you got and share your experience. Number 3. She is hypergamous. Men date down, women date up, meaning that women look for a man that is better than them. The concept of hypergamy suggests that women are inherently inclined to date up, that is, to seek partners who are perceived to be of higher status or better than themselves in certain key areas such as financial stability, leadership abilities, and overall social status. Men, on the other hand, don't necessarily prioritize the same criteria. Many men are content to date women who may not match or exceed their own socio-economic status. They might happily date a woman who earns less or has less formal education. This difference in dating standards is not about love being blind. It's about differing evolutionary imperatives that guide male and female choices differently. The term hypergamous often carries a negative connotation, conjuring images of gold-digging or opportunistic behavior. Women's preference for more successful men can be viewed as a strategy to ensure the best possible conditions for themselves and their offspring. In this light, hypergamy can be seen as a natural inclination towards securing a beneficial match that offers stability and potential for a prosperous future. It's crucial to recognize that hypergamy doesn't mean a woman values a man only for his material resources. Instead, it's about the broader concept of value, which includes emotional maturity, reliability, and the ability to lead and provide security. These are qualities that, historically and evolutionarily, have been crucial for the survival and success of human offspring. For men, understanding hypergamy is not about fostering resentment or feeling inadequate. Thus, hypergamy should not be seen as a barrier, but as a call to action for self-improvement and personal development. It encourages men to strive for their best, not just in the context of attracting partners, but in all areas of life. Remember, the aim is not to overpower or outshine your partner, but to be a compelling and reliable partner yourself. Before we dive into the next lesson, make sure you've liked and subscribed to our channel, so YouTube's algorithm can recommend this video to a wider audience. Thank you. Number 4. Nice guys finish last. Nice guys finish last. This adage resonates painfully in the ears of many men who've experienced the sting of romantic rejection, despite their well-meaning intentions. But let's unpack this. Why does this phenomenon seem so persistent in the dating world? It's not just about the simplicity of being too nice, but rather the dynamics and perceptions that often come with it. The stereotype of the nice guy often paints a picture of a man who is passive-aggressive, using his niceness as a smokescreen for manipulative tactics. He's the guy who believes if he's good enough, if he's accommodating enough, he'll eventually win the girl. However, this strategy can backfire spectacularly. Women, equipped with a keen sense for authenticity, can usually tell when kindness is used as a cloak for hidden agendas. The nice guy's veneer of pleasantry, intended to manipulate outcomes subtly, often earns him a one-way ticket to the friend zone. Contrast this with the so-called bad boy, who often radiates assertiveness and authenticity. This guy lays his cards on the table. What you see is what you get. He's unapologetic about his desires and boundaries, which in a twist of irony makes him more appealing. His assertiveness and dominance aren't about disrespect, but about a transparent projection of his identity and intentions. He's the embodiment of the saying, "Real recognizes real." And in the dating realm, this realness can be a major draw. The crux of the issue for nice guys isn't their kindness per se, but how it's perceived and utilized. Kindness should not be a strategy, but a genuine part of one's character. When kindness comes with strings attached, expectations of reciprocation, romance, or sex, it loses its purity. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." The key here is the absence of expectations. In the modern dating scene, men who find themselves consistently sidelined, despite their niceness, might need to reflect on how they present their kindness. Are they truly being kind, or are they performing kindness with the hope of a specific reward? True kindness does not calculate returns. It exists freely, generously, and without an agenda. Be kind because it's right, not because you think it will get you somewhere. In doing so, you embody the best of both worlds, the genuine kindness of the nice guy and the authentic clarity of the bad boy. This blend, this realness, is attractive, and it's what can ultimately lead you to meaningful connections where you neither finish last nor compromise your integrity. Number 5. She wants you to be a mind reader. Ever found yourself playing the role of an amateur psychic in your relationship, guessing what she's thinking or feeling? Sure, we're not in the Marvel universe, but sometimes it seems like being a mind reader is part of the relationship package, doesn't it? It often goes like this. She drops subtle hints that she's upset. You, on the other hand, are scrolling through your mental database, trying to crack the code. Dinner passes in silence, and when you finally ask, "Is something wrong?" she responds with the classic, "I'm fine." But we all know, "I'm fine" can sometimes be the emotional equivalent of a small kitchen fire. Handle with care, or everything might go up in flames. Now let's pivot from the humorous to the practical. Expecting your partner to know what's wrong without communication isn't just unfair, it's like setting them up to fail. This isn't Hogwarts, and we weren't all born with the gift of legilimency. Instead of playing guessing games, encourage an environment where open and honest communication is the norm. Say something like, "I might not have a crystal ball, but I'm here, ready to listen. What's on your mind?" It's about making it clear that your relationship is a no mind reading zone, but a full-on, open communication zone. Every word she says carries hidden meanings. You might find it frustrating that when she says, "I don't need it," you still have to do it. Or when she says, "It's fine," there is definitely something wrong. In reality, she doesn't expect you to understand her perfectly. She just wants you to sense what she needs and persistently care for her until the end. Think about it this way. Effective communication in a relationship is like having a good Wi-Fi connection. Without it, you're just buffering, getting nowhere fast, missing all the important bits. So, why not upgrade your relationship's communication plan? It's less about being a mind reader and more about being an attentive listener. Remember, while you can't read her mind, you can definitely read the situation. Stay tuned to her needs, ask the right questions, and keep the lines of dialogue open. So, ditch the crystal ball and pick up the communication toolkit. It's your best bet for understanding what's really going on in her head. And who knows, with enough practice, you might just become the next best thing to a mind reader, no superpowers needed. Number 6. She wants a winner. Let's tackle a truth that's as old as time yet often glossed over. Everyone loves a winner. It's not just a preference, it's wired into our very psyche, and yes, it significantly influences romantic relationships. Now, while the concept of a winner might evoke images of a trophy-laden champion, in the realm of relationships, it's about more than just accolades and external success. Good morals and character are essential, non-negotiable even. They're like the foundation of a house, vital for long-term stability. But on their own, they might not spark attraction or command respect in the competitive arena of life and love. It's a harsh reality, but true. Just being a good person isn't always enough to capture interest or ignite passion. Here's where it gets interesting. Women, and let's be honest, most people, are naturally drawn to those who aspire, achieve, and conquer. Why? Because success and ambition often translate to security and excitement, two key ingredients in the chemistry of attraction. It's not about winning for the sake of winning. It's about what winning signifies: determination, resilience, and the capacity to thrive in life's arena. This doesn't mean that every man needs to be a CEO or a world champion. Being a winner is about mindset and effort. It's about getting back up when life knocks you down. It's about striving to improve, whether in your career, your personal life, or your passions. It's about not settling for mediocrity when excellence is within reach. So, if you're feeling like the perpetual nice guy finishing last, ask yourself this: are you really pushing your limits? Are you pursuing excellence in your own life? Or are you coasting, hoping that being good is good enough? Women respect and desire men who chase not just dreams but tangible goals and achievements. They want someone who inspires them, someone who brings excitement and stability into their lives through his actions. Your character is your rock, but your drive is your rocket. You need both to launch into the stratosphere of personal and romantic success. Start by setting a goal, something you've pushed to the back burner, and tackle it with everything you've got. Let your actions speak as loudly as your values. Show the world and all the potential partners in it that you're not just a man of good character, but a man of dynamic action, a true winner. The journey from being a good man to a winning man isn't about changing who you are, but revealing the best version of yourself. It's about showing that you can take life's punches and swing back, not with arrogance, but with determination and grace. Remember, in the grand tournament of life, don't just compete. Compete to win. Number 7. She needs security. In a world where women are more financially independent than ever, you'd think the old adages about security would buckle under the weight of modern equality. Yet, the need for security in a relationship remains as steadfast as a lighthouse in stormy seas. It's not just about the money, it's about the mooring, a sense of safety that anchors a relationship. Even if a woman out-earns her partner, she still yearns for a tapestry of security woven from emotional, physical, and yes, financial threads. Think of it as a three-legged stool. Remove one leg, and the stability wavers. This isn't a tale of damsels in distress. It's about partners in defense against life's unpredictability. Imagine this. She's had a day that could make Monday weep. Who does she need by her side? A rock. Not literally, of course, but someone whose emotional fortitude can withstand the torrent of her stresses without eroding under pressure. Be that rock. When her world is spinning, be the gravity that pulls her back to earth with a calm presence and a steady hand. Now, let's talk stoicism. No, not the stiff upper lip kind, but the Marcus Aurelius, remain unshaken amidst the crash of worlds kind. Even in the 21st century, amidst all the talks of equality and partnership, the visceral need for a reliable anchor in a partner persists. It's less about gender roles and more about human roles. Each partner craves a sense of security from the other, though perhaps in different flavors. So, gents, if your girl is the breadwinner, don't think your part on the security front is redundant. Your role isn't downsized, it's diversified. Emotional security? Check. Physical reassurance? Check. Financial wisdom? Double check. It's not about holding the keys to the safe. It's about unlocking a deeper level of trust and reliability in the relationship. Being her steadfast pillar, her unwavering guardian against the gales of life. That's the real equity you bring to the table. So, step up, be the rock, and watch your relationship's security compound. Interest guaranteed. Number 8. Most women lack empathy. Is it just me, or have you noticed how empathy sometimes seems like a one-way street in relationships? There's a pervasive myth that men are the stoic ones, impervious to emotional pain, which can lead to a troubling empathy gap between genders. This isn't just an anecdotal observation, it's a complex issue rooted in cultural norms and socialization. Let's dive a bit deeper. Society often drums into men the mantra of man up, promoting the idea that showing emotions is a sign of weakness. This expectation doesn't just affect men, it impacts how women perceive men's emotions too. When a man does express vulnerability, he might not only struggle with his own internalized stigma, but also face a lack of empathy from women who have unconsciously absorbed the same societal messages. They might see emotional expressions in men as unattractive or a sign of weakness. Now, this isn't to say that most women inherently lack empathy. Rather, it's to highlight how societal conditioning can warp our understanding and expression of empathy. It's a learned blindness that can be unlearned. Women, just like men, are fully capable of deep empathy, but the social scripts they've been handed may need some revising. Here's where the conversation gets real. Breaking down these barriers starts with acknowledging that men are indeed still only human, with a full spectrum of emotions. It involves women and men working together to foster a culture where emotional openness is not just accepted but encouraged. So how do we bridge this empathy gap? It starts with dialogue, open and honest conversations about emotional needs and expectations. It requires us to challenge the old narratives about masculinity and vulnerability. Men sharing their emotional experiences without the fear of judgment can be powerful. For women, it's about actively listening and validating these expressions of vulnerability, not as signs of weakness, but as acts of courage and authenticity. To all the men out there, your emotions are valid and need no justification. And to the women, your capacity for empathy can be a transformative force in a man's life. Let's redefine strength, not as the absence of vulnerability, but as the courage to be real in the face of societal expectations. Together, we can turn empathy into a true superpower, not just in romantic relationships, but in all human connections. After all, isn't the real strength of a relationship measured by how well we can share and understand each other's deepest fears and highest hopes? Let's make empathy the norm, not the exception. Number 9. She hates being disrespected. Respect is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship, and no one appreciates being on the receiving end of disrespect. Women are no exception. However, the dynamics of disrespect can often become complicated and, if not managed correctly, can lead to recurring patterns of negative behavior in a relationship. Understanding these dynamics is crucial not only for maintaining dignity, but also for fostering a respectful and loving relationship. The idea that women will disrespect you if you let them stems from a broader discussion about boundaries in relationships. Disrespect, whether in the form of verbal insults or more severe behaviors like physical altercations, often escalates from smaller unchecked incidents. If minor acts of disrespect are not addressed, it sets a precedent that such behavior is acceptable, leading potentially to more frequent and severe occurrences. If he shrugs it off without addressing the issue, his partner might interpret his silence as acceptance or indifference. Over time, this can escalate into more intense forms of disrespect, and in extreme cases, even physical aggression. It's important to note that physical violence is never acceptable, regardless of the preceding interactions. So, why do we let disrespect slide? Often, it's the desire to avoid conflict or the hope that it's just a one-time thing. But here's the kicker. When minor acts of disrespect are ignored, they can morph into major ones. It's like setting a precedent that says it's okay to treat me this way. Handling disrespect effectively involves addressing the issue directly and calmly. If disrespected, one might say, "I feel disrespected when you raise your voice at me, and I need us to communicate without yelling." This approach not only addresses the behavior, but also models the respect and communication style you expect in return. It's crucial, however, that such discussions occur at a time when both partners are calm and more receptive to a constructive conversation. Just as you wouldn't let others disrespect you without consequence, the same should apply in your romantic relationships. Remember, a slap should never be a wake-up call. The real alarm is sounded through respectful communication and the courage to uphold one's dignity in all interactions. So next time you sense a hint of disrespect, don't let it slide. Address it calmly, clearly, and constructively. Your future self and your relationship will thank you for it. Number 10. If she likes you. Here's a straightforward, perhaps uncomfortable truth that many find hard to swallow. If she likes you, she will make it clear. She will want to see you, talk to you, and respond to your messages. It's really that simple. This clarity often stings because it forces us to confront the reality that sometimes the interest we hope for just isn't there. Let's dive into this with an example that might hit close to home. Imagine you've met someone you really like. You send texts, make calls, and suggest plans. But the responses are sporadic, the conversations one-sided, and the plans always postponed. You might start wondering, is she just busy, or is she not that into me? Here's where the harsh truth comes in. More often than not, if someone is genuinely interested, they'll find a way to connect, no matter how busy they are. This isn't about playing detective or reading between the lines of every text and gesture. It's about recognizing the straightforward signals of interest, or the lack thereof. If you find yourself constantly guessing and second-guessing her feelings based on minimal or mixed responses, it might be time to accept that the interest you're looking for just isn't there. Now, I understand this can be particularly challenging for those who struggle with social cues, including some men on the autism spectrum. If that's you, remember, you're not alone, and navigating these signals is a skill that can be learned with practice and guidance. For anyone finding these social nuances tricky, consider diving into resources that can offer more explicit guidance on reading and interpreting signals of interest. But let's broaden the lens a bit. This advice isn't just for romantic relationships, it's a life skill. Whether it's friends, colleagues, or potential romantic partners, understanding and accepting people's level of interest and engagement can save you not just time but also emotional energy. So if you're ever in doubt, keep this mantra handy. Actions speak louder than words. If she's into you, her actions will shout it from the rooftops. No reply to your texts. Silence might just be the answer you're looking for. Ghosted after a great date? Maybe it wasn't as great on the other side of the table. Alright folks, that wraps up our exploration of the 10 bitter facts about women that men often learn too late. Understanding these truths isn't just about navigating relationships more effectively. It's about fostering respect and deeper connections by seeing beyond societal stereotypes and expectations. Remember, knowing these facts isn't about fostering negativity, but about preparing yourself to engage more meaningfully with the women in your life. If this video struck a chord with you, or if you've experienced any of these lessons firsthand, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to share this video with friends who might benefit from these insights. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more content that dives deep into understanding complex relationship dynamics. Thanks for watching, and remember, true wisdom comes from continually learning and adapting. See you in the next video.